Hello, Maitreyi. How are you today?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm great. Listen,
Mm,
congratulations on
thank
all
you.
of your success. My God, are we ever proud of you, our hometown girl?
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
so welcome. I just want to ask you why you think people are so connecting with this series.
I think honestly, it's because I said this in season one, like the characters are so diverse in not just like culture, I mean, actually in personality and stories and experience, right? Some people obviously relate to Davy because they can relate to her personality and maybe the situations she goes through.
Yeah,
But some people just relate to her or just feel themselves in her because they just look like her, right? And that could go for any of the other cast members as well, any of the other characters. But also, it's just a really funny show. Let's be real. Never Have I Ever is hilarious. Like almost every scene is just thrown in with a joke. We have very few scenes that are only serious with no jokes. That's how you know we're not messing around.
yeah, absolutely. Well, look, when you got Mindy Kaling around, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
And I want to
exactly.
know, from season one, from when you first met her until now. I mean, the two of you are probably BFFs. I get it. But what have you learned? What is the most important thing that you have learned from the great Mindy Kaling?
Most important thing I have learned, Mindy. I would say honestly, the most important thing that I have learned from Mindy is to always respect yourself and know your worth. Yeah, that is something
Yeah,
that I admire about her and that she has taught me
yeah.
to stand up for yourself, know your worth, and make sure that you get the respect that you deserve.
100%. I agree with her. That's excellent advice. Now, season two, I have to say, is even like better than season one. I don't even know how you topped yourselves. Like it is so great. And we see Davy. She's growing up a little bit. She's got
Ready.
some, but she's got some. Yeah, just a little. But she's got this huge dilemma on her hands now. Two boyfriends. How do you feel about this?
I don't know how the girl does it. Like, it's like, do you really want this for yourself? Like, do you really want this? This is exhausting. Yeah.
But these are two guys that she's been pining over. Well, one for sure, and then the other is a slow build because they've been friends for so long. So when you took it into this stratosphere, what was it like for you to work with these guys on this different level?
They're awesome. Darren and Jaren are absolutely great. So it's always a fun time doing scenes with them because it's always such jokes. Honestly, I get such a laugh whenever like Darren and I have to do like a nice like intimate scene and it's like, oh my God, Davey's so flustered. And then Paxton is like, okay, cool. And he's like acting like he doesn't care. We always constantly get the note of Maitreyi, act more nervous. Darren, care less because he cares too much and I'm too confident and I'm just like, yeah, like what up? It's just Darren. And then same thing with Jaren. Like honestly, it's always constantly jokes and it's so much fun. But because it's that way with both of them, it makes it so natural. That natural care for each other of just like, I really actually enjoy hanging out with you and just being around you as a scene partner. Let's kick this out of the park. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, as you did. And is there a big build up to a big kissing scene, especially when you've become such good friends with these guys?
I mean, honestly, no. Like, because it's gonna happen. So you're
Yeah,
just sort of like, man, do you
yeah.
want a Brooklyn? Sure,
Just
cool.
another just another day at work,
Yeah,
right?
pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. It's
Honestly, pretty much. I don't think any of us really like, no, I don't think there's much build up. No.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Look, it looks natural. It looks like you guys are having just way too much fun. And of course, over the pandemic, look, it took a while because you didn't know when you were going to get back to shoot season two and everything. And when you finally did, what was that reunion like? First day.
It was honestly awesome because, like, obviously I'm the only Canadian, so I gotta like go all the way back to Canada, right? They're all like typically like most of them are in LA. That's what
Yeah.
they all typically usually are. But even though I had like the greatest distance because of the like pandemic and quarantine, they were all still separated themselves. So when we all got back, it was like we were truly picking up where we left off,
Right.
which is the case. Like we did also literally pick up where we left off. Like we're back in Malibu. So yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's so fantastic to see it. And I I'm wondering, I'm looking at you, and you are obviously a product of your parents, your home, your family, who keep you grounded. You're Canadian, so I'm not surprised. But at the end of the day, Maitreyi, how do this success, you never knew was going to come to you. Like, it comes out of nowhere, and you have to deal with it. And you're a young girl, and so how have you handled yourself, and what has been the most important lesson you've learned over this last year or so with the show exploding?
Yeah, truly, it's one like day at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. Some days it can be really awesome. Some days it can really suck.
Yeah.
And some days you feel like so anxious that you feel nauseous. Some days you think, what is my life? This is amazing. And just the stories that I get to hear and the people I get to meet, things I get to do, it's crazy. But one thing I actually like, one piece of advice, actually, my best friend gave this to me, the one that helped me, do my tape. They said, they gave me some awesome advice, Shahara. And they said, sometimes, Maitreyi, you just got to remember that you are this little speck. And now what you're going to do is you're going to put yourself on Jupiter, and you're going to look down at Earth and realize there is so much going on. You're not that important. And I'm like, dude, you're so right. And that was their advice. Like, Shahara gave me truly the best advice about that. There's a lot going on. You just got to put those things in perspective. So I'm thankful for their advice there.
Yeah, you got to leave it to your friends to tell you
the
real.
They were like, you're not that important.
One thing
the whole world, bud.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're pretty important. I'll give you that, but whatever. Now, what I also love about this season too is there's a new girl in town, a new Indian girl in the class. Woo! She gives you a little bit of competition. That must have been fun to see that in the script.
That was really fun because it was like, oh no, what's gonna happen, right? Because we get the scripts like we don't get them all like in a chunk, right? We get them as they're written. So we also like didn't know where this is gonna go because we're like, is the new girl like super cool and nice? Maybe like, are they mean? Like, we don't know. But it was really awesome to film with Megan. She's so cool and a great actress. She killed her role. I loved her as Anissa. Chef kisses. Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool to also just see another brown girl in the show because like, yeah, sure, never have I ever, the lead is a brown girl, but it's not like we can only have one brown girl.
Right.
Spread the other brown girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, now to wrap it up, a lot of people, over the pandemic, all they did was stream things and binge shows and, of course, watch this fantastic series. I want to know when you were sitting in your home in Mississauga, like bored out of your skull, what were your favorite bingey shows to watch? Oh,
this is such a depressive answer. I really like BoJack Horseman.
Oh, okay.
It's such a happy show. What am I saying? BoJack Horseman's so happy. Honestly, that was probably my favorite find from quarantine, as well as Money Heist. Money Heist was also a quarantine find. And I am obsessed with that show. Like, so smart. It's so smart. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it.
I agree with you. Well, good choices, but Never Have I Ever is like number one on everyone's binge list. So we'll just leave it at that. But you are always such a delight to talk to. Thank you so much for your time again today.
Likewise.
Honestly, we got to meet up and at home sometime and have a coffee. I want to treat you to a dessert and a coffee when you have some time.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're staying safe.
You too. Take care and best of luck with everything. Take care. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.